Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Squid of Love, and today we're gonna take a look at Mordheim City of the Damned. Mordheim is a turn-based tactical game with a lot of RPG elements that is set in the Warhammer World and more specifically in the Empire City of Mordheim. This is the first video game adaptation of Games Workshop tabletop game Mordheim and is doing an excellent job into bringing the lore of the Warhammer universe into life. The story behind the game is that the Empire City of Mordheim was destroyed by a twin-tailed comet which left the city in ruins and killed everybody, but that's not the only thing the comet left behind. It also left fragments of a valuable material called Wyrdstone, and this is where we come into play. By controlling one of the available factions called warbands in the game, we try to find that material, the Wyrdstone, and use it for our own purpose. Of course, we have to fight enemies along the way, and this is where the game is getting interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at what options there are at the moment in the game. At the moment, there are only two gameplay options, the skirmish and the tutorials. There are 4 tutorials, very well made tutorials that will guide you through the game and teach you how to play properly the game. We're not gonna take a look at them at the moment, but if you play the game you would want to take a look at them first. They are very well made. And there is the skirmish mode, where you get to choose one of the 3 available warbands. If we choose the new campaign, we see which are these warbands. There are the Skaven of the clan Ensign, the mercenaries of Reikland, and of course the sisters of Sigmar. Each one of these warbands has a different attribute, different kind of units, and of course a preferred gameplay. You can choose each one of these and enjoy the game. At a later point, a new warband will be added to the game, the Cult of the Possessed, and of course later the developers have said that they want to add a couple more. So at the moment we get to choose one out of these 3 warbands, the Skaven, the Human Mercenaries, and the Sisters of Sigmar, and go ahead and play the game, enjoy the gameplay. So if we choose to start a skirmish, we get of course here to choose a new warband if we were just starting the game, or one of the warbands that we have already started playing the game with. Let's pick the Mercenaries. And here we can see a bit of a lore about the selected warband, describing their interests and why they are in the city, what are they looking for. Here is where you manage your warband. At the moment not a lot of these features are available, they will be added in later patches. A single player campaign will be added, and you could play a different campaign for each of these available warbands. And this is the most important part. You want to know about the faction you have chosen, the management. Each warband has 10 members. There is the leader, he's always sitting in front of the rest of his warband, and of course the impressive unit. This is a very strong unit that can take care a lot of the enemies by itself. If we click on the leader, we are gonna see that it has a lot of different stats. Up here we could see him progressing, leveling up. That's not available at the moment, it will be added in a later parts, and this is really expected. I can't wait to start leveling up my warbands and making them stronger. And here we can assign what kind of weapons and armor he will be using. We can change the armor, put him on light armor or clothing, depending on what we want him to do. Every piece of armor has some different statistics. You should take a look at them and then decide how you wanna play your warband and the specific unit here. At the moment my leader is set with dueling pistols and sword and shield. Each unit can carry 2 sets of weapons. Depending on the situation, you can change into the most appropriate to deal with the enemy. You can do the same for every unit in your warband, and of course the impressive unit. It's really important before you start a game to go to your warband management and check each one of them, see if they are equipped with the weapons you want to have them, the armor you want to have them. It's the most important part of the game before you start a skirmish. But enough with the management, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual gameplay of this amazing game. Here you can create a game, and the game tells you that this is an exhibition mode. Exhibition mode lets you play against your friends, random players around the world, or the computer in a safe and fun environment for your warband. So there are no consequences for losing a game, for losing units. You just play to practice and learn the game. We can create the game, and we can choose some options. The game can be private, friends only, or public, and of course offline. Well, let's go ahead and make a game against an NPC. We can choose to have a player opponent or a CPU, an NPC. We are gonna fight the Skaven of Ancient Clan. Let's go ahead. A great thing about the game is that there are a lot of scenarios in each map. So for example in this one, the Hunter in Darkness, just as you were closing to engage a rival warband, the horrific manifestation of the ghostly town crier scattered both groups of warriors in terror. As the apparition fades away, your warriors recover their courage. Scattering their fright, your warband is spread out across the ruins, but so too are your enemies. Sometimes you get to ambush your enemy, or you are getting ambushed. It gives a lot of replayability to each map, and it's an excellent addition to the game. And this is how the game starts. You get an overview of the map and how it looks like. This way you may be able to find some nice hiding spot as well. The city is in ruins and there are plenty of hidden spots to lay some ambushes and wait for the enemy to come. And here are the enemies. They are attacking first. On the top of your screen you can see the order by which the units are moving and attacking. There is no set rule. Your warband won't start first, then the other warband will continue. Each unit moves and attacks based on its initiative. You can change that initiative by equipping weapons and armor, and later equip items, different kind of items on your units, and increasing their initiative, and by that way they move faster and first. Every time an enemy unit is attacking one of your units, you have the option to counter-attack. Of course, in order to do that, you must have two of the red skulls you see down there. And there are two kinds of points. The blue points are the movement ones. Depending on these points, your unit can travel far, climb spots, or jump down. And the red skulls are your attack points. So let's confirm the counter-attack and deal with that little rat. Nice critical hit. This is what I was talking about, the success of jump and climb. Depending on what kind of gear you're using, so for example if you are using a heavy armor, it will be more difficult to climb and jump down from ledges like this. Everything counts in this game. Here is our mage. He's squishy, so there are some units that we have to protect. Forgot to mention the two bars on the top left of the screen. The blue one is the morale of your warband and the red one is the morale of the enemy warband. What you wanna do is take the morale of the enemy warband as low as possible and make them retreat, leave the battlefield. That will also give you the win. You don't have to kill everybody in order to win, you just have to make them get out of the battlefield. And this is one of the most important tools on the game, the tactical map. By using this you get to see where are your units and where are the enemy units, the ones you have seen at least. A good strategy is always to keep your units together, attack in groups of 3-4 of your units, finding alone enemies and destroy them easily like this. So this is where we are. Where is our these are mates and we are over here. Will be nice to try and get these 4 units together. Let's go and do that. Is there an enemy around? No. And here we have the option to climb. Let's see if our mates can climb. You can see the potential falling damage in case he fails. Let's hope he's not going to fail. And of course he failed. So we can continue trying to climb over here or go around from the stairs. Let's give it one more try and see if our mate can finally climb up. And he has succeeded. I'm so proud of him. Checking the map again, trying to see where are the rest of my team. 2 are over there, so let's try and go and meet them. But we don't have any more movement points, so we have to finish our unit. We have to stop here. There's an enemy over there, he has seen us, so that won't be good. That's a buff. I can do a lot. This is the ambush stance, so if we weren't seen by the enemy, we could choose this ambush stance, and if an enemy was passing nearby us, we could attack him, but now there's absolutely no point. If one enemy unit sees you, then the whole enemy warband knows where you are. I'm gonna end the turn right here. And wait for the enemy to finish its turn. Will be nice to know what they are doing, but okay, they are attacking my impressive unit. Not so clever of them. Okay, we'll have to wait for the rest of the enemies to attack. 2 more enemies, and then we can play our units again. It's important to know the order of the units that are playing and attacking. That way you could focus on a certain enemy unit and deny the enemy warband from playing in the next turn. There are plenty of opportunities. It is a tactical game indeed. Here is our guy. There are a lot of our guys here, but we should try and move them out of this house. Where is my impressive unit? My impressive unit is down here. It's not in a good spot. We may lose him very fast. Okay, so what I'm gonna try is take all these guys from here and move down there in order to engage with the enemy and maybe save my impressive unit. Let's find a way to get down there without taking damage. Well, I guess we have to jump down, and there's a potential of falling damage in case you fail. Thank God we haven't failed. It is a good tactic to keep your units together, especially the leader. We don't have other movement points, so let's let him over here in ambush stance. He hasn't been seen by the enemy, so in case someone comes nearby, he will attack him. And here is our leader. Our leader is a very important unit in the warband. If he dies, the morale will go down really fast. So I'm gonna take him out of here and move him closer to the rest of the team. There is an enemy over there. I don't see others. Oh, there they are. Everybody's over there. And their impressive units over there as well, so that's not a good plan. You can go back and from where you came and take the movement points, so you can move elsewhere. This is always nice. You can explore around and go back to the direction you came from in case you change your mind. And now our leader is kind of hidden from the enemy. They know we are somewhere around here, but don't know where. And this is the Overwatch stance. It works kind of like the ambush, but with ranged weapons. And because we are holding these 2 pistols, we are gonna choose the Overwatch stance and wait for an enemy to pass. Each warband has a different mix of units. So for example, the human mercenaries have a mix of range and melee units. They have some really strong range units and 1-2 strong melee units. You get to choose how your units are gonna fight. If you change their armor and their weapons, you can turn them into tanks, into range warriors, or even rogues, close combat with high dodge. You get to choose everything. You can turn the warband into the gameplay you like. So this guy over here is quite good in melee, and I'm gonna take him close to our leader because he's gonna be in trouble. Jump down and get to the leader. There they are. But of course I'm out of movement points, so I'm gonna end the turn here. And we get to play our impressive unit. This is one of the strongest units in the game. You have to take care of it, and at the moment he is not in a very good position. Yeah, he's all alone with only enemies around. So since I can't at the moment take him out of here because there are two enemies blocking the way, I will try to kill as many as I can and try to escape. Some units have some special abilities. The ogre here has the daredevil mastery. If we press space by default, we get to see the description of that ability. The warrior enters a careless state of mind until next turn. His melee damage increases by 75%, while his melee resistance suffers a penalty of 25% for one turn. I'm gonna choose this one, confirm, and try to take these two units out. And let's attack. Okay, one's dead. And now we have the option to attack the other guy or keep these 2 points for a possible counter attack later. But we also have... No, we don't have. Sometimes there is an option to disengage from the battle you are into and leave the area, but not at this moment. So I'm gonna attack and hopefully we'll deal some nice damage, and we killed it. And this is a great opportunity because now we can take our impressive unit out of the area and hid it from the enemy. They won't know where we are. So I'm gonna try to pull him behind here and stay hidden. He's a bit slow because he's a bit big. The enemies know that I'm somewhere in the area, but they don't know where exactly I am. And I'm gonna use the perception. With this ability you can see around if there are any hidden enemies. Of course we need one movement point. Let's use it. Success, we found someone. That's a very important ability as well. Let's take a look at the map. Where is it? Okay, it's nothing near to our position, but I think it's over here. We found one of the enemy units. Very important. If you play it correctly, you can discover a lot of hidden enemies and avoid possible ambushes. The battle is going really well. The morale of the enemy is down at 62%. If they keep losing morale at a certain point, they will start wanting to leave the battlefield, retreat, and that will give us a win. Here is our archer. Yeah, I should move him over there where there are more enemies. Can I attack from here? No, I can't. A good strategy is always to have your range units at a higher spot so they can shoot down the enemy. I'm going to attack that guy. Nice critical hit. Of course, there's always the option to miss your hit. That would be bad. And every time we shoot with a ranged weapon or a dual pistols or pistols, we have to reload. Touchdown, switch weapon. We can choose weapons, but no, I'm gonna hide him. There's no reason to keep him out there exposed to the enemy. This is a very strong melee unit of the mercenaries. We should try to attack with that guy, but I don't want to get him down there. Well, maybe we should, because our mage is down there all by itself, and oh my god. Okay, this is the charge option. Sometimes if an enemy is outside of the area you can reach by moving, here we can of course reach him, but let's pretend we can, so we can try the charge. We can charge on him and close the gap between the enemy and our team, and of course try to kill him. This is a very strong melee unit we have over here. We want to keep it alive, but I'm gonna risk him now because the morale of the enemy is already low. And the turn. No, I'm gonna use the perception. I think there are more units over here. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go back and turn here and wait for the enemy. Also, our mage has this debuff, the blinding light, and if we press space we can read the description. The effect is reduce the following actions by 15%: lockpicking, melee and ranged attack chances, dodge, parry chances, perception, spell casting. Lockpicking is not unit in the game. Later the world will be full of loot that you get to explore around and discover while fighting the enemy. This will be quite interesting. It will increase the difficulty of each skirmish. And let's move with our mage and attack that guy over there. We get to attack. Of course, there's always the possibility to fail into doing the spell, casting the spell. This time we haven't failed, and get him behind of our melee unit to guard him. That won't save him though. And we get to play our leader again. Gonna move him away a bit, close to my melee unit, and of course use aim to the enemy over there. Bad luck. It happens. Let's reload. Or not. Gonna change weapons, increase my defense, and end my turn over here. And with my strong melee unit I have a decision to make. Should I hunt that guy down or go to the rest of the team and help? I don't want to leave the leader alone or exposed to the enemy, so I'm gonna try to climb and get that unit before it can escape. Of course, there's always this option. One more try. I don't think I can make it. No, I can't. And I'm too far for a charge attack. So I'm gonna let him stay over there. There's the impressive unit of the enemy getting into play finally. And attacking my poor mates. I don't think the mate's gonna make it. And he's out of game. And now my strong unit is in big trouble. But I get to play my impressive unit as well. Let's get back into action. And there's the enemy. I'm gonna use a Daredevil Mastery again. I want to make as much damage as possible. Incredible damage. And if we are lucky, we can take him out and possibly win the game like this. There you go. Their morale is down to 30%. They are going to retreat soon. Gonna take the ogre and try to attack the enemy, find an enemy and attack him. There's no point in hiding anymore. And we won. The enemy has retreated, and this is one of the ways to win. You don't have to kill everybody. As you can see, a lot of the features are not implemented yet. At the moment you don't get experience, you don't get rewards, and you don't find loot. It's certainly an interesting game. We had lost one unit only, that made at the end. The rats, the scavengers have lost 4 units. We did quite nice. As you have seen, we have lost 1 unit during that skirmish, the mage. When more features will be implemented, that mage could have been lost forever, because death in this game is permanent. So if you lose a unit, you are gonna lose it forever, and you will have to replace it with a new one. Imagine having one very experienced and with a good equipment unit and lose it in a skirmish. That could be terrible. When a unit goes out of action, there is the possibility to lose it forever, or they can get an injury. It is a very unique gameplay. You don't want to be reckless with your units when this feature will be in the game. There are plenty of strategies you can follow. You can set your warband any way you like. You can make them an unstoppable melee force, or have them attack from a distance with a couple of tanks guarding them. The possibilities and the ways you can play this game are endless. And this is why I really like Mordheim City of the Damned. It gives you a lot of replayability. You get to choose the way you're gonna play. You can even have the same warband set to play in 2 different ways. It's really amazing. The game is currently available on early access, and I do recommend it. It's an excellent way to get familiar with the Warhammer universe, and it provides a lot of great gameplay. You don't get to fight only NPCs and the AI. When you are familiar with how the game is played, you can take your beloved warband and deal other players from all around the world, and this is the most exciting feature of this game. This was Mordheim City of the Damned. I'm Skirmishes. Thank you for joining me watching this video. I will see you next time. Bye bye.